people couldn't even understand that. A lot of people judged me for that. You walked away from your house. Yeah, I wanted my peace of mind. I'd rather been in a little shotgun shack house and have my peace of mind, because you can rebuild and start over again. It was going to be hell, death, or the grave, one or the other, or in jail. And I didn't want to face any of those.
Yeah, and Lillie, it's funny because that's my most common client that I have right now, the client that just can't seem to pull the trigger and leave.
They have to get courage, and only God can give them that courage and strength. There's so many different factors to that. We used to go minister to the women at the battered shelter, and I remember just a lot of things, just how they feel and stuff. That's why I say it's so easy to judge people and say, well, why they can't leave? Because just like the women that you're dealing with, or the men, they can't get the strength to leave because they have made that enormity. Until they get to the point that they get sick and tired of being sick and tired, nobody gonna be able to get that strength and that courage up to move them. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You every day you talking to them, trying to encourage them. You can do all the pouring in, and it's good. Keep pouring into them, because one day it's gonna come a moment. If they have a clear moment where that last straw that breaks the camel's back, and they have a clear moment, and they're gonna remember something that you said, and it's gonna resonate with them so much they're gonna just be putting stuff in a bag. They don't care about if the china cabinet still left with their mama's china in it. They gonna be moving.
In a sense, you're saying, if I can do it, you can do it as well. Could you take a moment and take us back to the day you decided to pull that trigger? Like, what was the thing that got you out the door?
I had literally, like I said, I had started losing my voice. It was this emblem he would hang up, certain kind of onyx crosses that people have now. It's an alt cross or something, I can't remember, and he hung it up. And I never forget, I had started doing prayer on the phone with one of the ladies, and God had just started giving me strength, because I wouldn't say stuff. I would just get to the point. I just didn't say stuff. I just let him just whatever he wanted to do. But that particular day, that it just vexed me, because he had it up on the wall in the bedroom, and I just got vexed. And I was like, if you don't take it, I said, take that down. He didn't want to take it down, and it got confrontation. I said, take that down, or I'm gonna take it down. And he had literally stripped all the things that I had, and I just got strength that day. That was one of the things I got strength on that day. But what really gave me strength was a video I ended up watching of myself with him, that we had ministered to couples for Valentine's Day, and I saw how I was sitting beside him, and I literally would do this thing where I would shrink myself, and I saw how I couldn't even be myself. And that was one of the main things I remember that caused me to do that. But I remember he had he was going out of town or something. He didn't even really tell me where he was going, and he took our son with him, and we had a big argument. He had been listening to me on the phone with one of my friends, and she had been trying to encourage me. She's like, well, how much longer are you gonna keep taking that? And after he left, I got a bag, I packed my stuff, and I had left and came back again, but this last time, and I came back for my children. But I got to a point I couldn't even come back for my children because it was consuming me. This time I had to leave for me. It wasn't I was divorcing my children, because a lot of times you had to distinguish that with children, because the first thing they think, you're divorcing them. No, I didn't divorce you. I divorced your father. You never be able to divorce your children. I divorced their father. That was the main thing, because I was losing who I was. I was losing my peace of mind. I was walking on eggshells. I was losing weight. I was about to lose my mind. And I didn't want to keep arguing back and forth in front of my son like that. And I started experiencing, I know some people might not believe in spiritual warfare after that shift had happened. And they were after me. They were really after me, because when somebody else invites, I know you know the scripture about when it comes back and sees the house clean, and it'll try to come back again. And so the house had been cleaned out before, but those spirits tried to come back again, because they found a weak link, and they found the weak link was in my spouse. And so that's how they were able to come back in. And they literally, I remember being in my bed one time, and a demonic spirit actually walked up beside. I heard it walking down the hallway. I was the only one at home by myself, and I literally heard it was like really big, because I could hear how heavy the footsteps was. And Lillie was in my bed. I know some people call it like you being in your bed and you feel paralyzed, you can't move, and that's how I was. And I felt it walk up the sides of my body, and I never looked at it, but I knew it was like a huge, like a war, like a soldier, a big soldier demon, and it walked up to my body, and it was trying in, but I remember I couldn't speak, but I got enough strength to say Jesus, and I turned my face away from it. I didn't even look at it in order to let it know that I wasn't afraid of it, but I was aware it was there. And so I knew the battle, this was more than just it was a battle definitely for my marriage, but it was a battle to take me out too. Demonic spirits are real. Yeah. Strongholds are real. Soul ties are real.
Yeah, absolutely.